Tonight, from SoFi Stadium in Inglewood, California, it's a special prime time edition of the NFL on EA Sports. We'll see Justin Herbert and the LA Chargers taking on Russell Wilson and the Pittsburgh Steelers.
Night beginning to fall over Southern California, but the lights are shining bright here at the spectacular SoFi Stadium in metropolitan Los Angeles. To get us started now, the kicker, Chris Boswell. And we are underway in Southern California. From his end zone, here's Darius Davis. And not much happening on the return as he'll get this to about the 23. Here are the Chargers ready to go on offense, led by their first-round pick in 2020, the man out of Oregon, Justin Herbert.
And it certainly had taken Herbert long to earn his status as one of the league's best and most entertaining passers. Locked and loaded at every snap. And the second he sees an opening, that ball is soaring downfield. You better be on your toes against him on defense. The second you turn your head, they'll burn you.
Throwing first play is Herbert. That's into the hands of his tight end, Will Dissly. And that's good for a pickup of 10 yards. And they'll be left with a second and about a foot. Now that tight end position, it just seems to continue to evolve every year in the NFL.
Yeah, you're getting really terrific athletes. A lot of them maybe were wide receivers at one point. They continue to give you speed, great hands, and big bodies, which make them excellent targets for quarterbacks.
A play fake, and now Herbert to throw. Open receiver, that's Hayden Hurst, the tight end. And he gets this up across the 35 before he's out of bounds. A gain of 5, good enough for the first down.
And the tight end is certainly a position built to move the chains because they can control space underneath. If they've got good hands, then of course they're a dynamic target. But one other thing is they're right in the sight lines of a quarterback on just about every play. And that makes it easier for the quarterback to pick him out and deliver.
And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down. They picked up 5 yards last time. Now they double it and get 10 here.
I think that's a big pickup for a first down because when you run a drag route against zone, you're sometimes asking for trouble because you might run into a defender.
Yeah, well, there they ran into a first down. Executed it to perfection. On first down, it's Herbert. That ball caught by the rookie from Georgia. And he is tackled inside the 40, not quite to the 35. 17 more yards on that one as they keep the drive rolling. We're scoreless after one. Charger football to start quarter number 2 as they've got it with a 1st and 10. They'll fake the handoff. Now Herbert. That's going to be caught. It's Palmer. And he gets this one inside the 15, just a yard or two shy of the 10. That one goes for 24 yards. And how about this first drive? They're being aggressive, slinging it around.
Really confident, too, because they're not trying to fool them with running plays, throwing it, and they're being very successful right now.
From down at the 12, it's 1st and 10. Herbert back to the air. And that incompletion breaks a string of 5 straight connections. And it's 2nd down. Here's 2nd and 10. Herbert. And it's caught. Touchdown, Chargers. Quentin Johnston. A 12-yard touchdown grab. And the Chargers post the first points of the ball game as they take the lead here in this 2nd quarter. Well, they spoke about the importance of getting off to a good start, and they're on their first drive, Charles, into the end zone for the touchdown.
And what an advantage for them. They're already clicking one drive in, didn't need to wait to get up to full speed. We had heard about the extra time they put in with each other, trying to learn each other's skills, what they like, the whole deal, and it paid off early in this one. I would expect them to keep firing on the next drive and keep that connection going.
Extra point up and good by Dicker. And it's now a 7-0 game. Now, after the Dicker field goal, he's back out, ready to send it away. And no thought of bringing this one out. He'll go down to a knee, and they'll begin the drive at the 30. So here are the Steelers now to take over for the first time. They'll be led out by their 5'11" quarterback from Wisconsin by way of NC State, and that's Russell Wilson.
And his task in this situation is making sure that his team knows that there's a sense of urgency, yet somehow still stays calm. Because your natural impulse, your first possession is not until the 2nd quarter, is you got to attack right away. Throw something big at them right away. Yeah, you got to move the ball, but maybe be a little bit careful in doing so.
On first down, Wilson got his man. It's Warren. And he's going to be dropped following a pickup of 7 past the 30 to the 32.
And a really nice play call there to start the drive, especially if you're a team that has a little bit of a reputation for throwing it downfield. You come out and you think maybe you can catch them off guard a little bit, and they did. Little screen pass, backdoored them, and that time worked well for a solid gain.
On 2nd down, here's Wilson. Got his man complete over the middle. That's Warren. Now the Steelers use the first of their 3 timeouts as they get the stoppage with a little over 50 seconds to go in the first half. Throwing now, Wilson on first down. He'll get this to his tight end. That's Pat Freiermuth. And that's good for a pickup of 10 yards. And that'll leave him with a second and just a few inches left. That's a staple of this offense. Drag route to the tight end.
Yeah, he's unable to use his size to break off much more yardage after the catch, but still an effective gain nonetheless.
Wilson will throw again. Finds the open man. It's Mike Williams. Now the Steelers use the second of their 3 timeouts as they'll stop it with just over 40 seconds to go in the first half. Now Wilson on first down.
They'll get this complete to Calvin Austin.
And he gets it inside the 35 and just shy of the 30. Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10. Now Wilson. And it's complete. He gets this one to Washington. And he gets this one inside the 15, just a yard or 2 shy of the 10. It's a gain of 20 as we wind down near 20 seconds left in the quarter.
He's certainly done a nice job spreading the field on this drive, and here he finds his big tight end for good yardage. And that's what you have to do. Keep defenses guessing about where you're going to go with the football.
First down now, but that clock rolling. Here's Wilson. And he's going to go down. He's sacked back at the 24. Now a timeout. 7 seconds left in the first half. So on second down, the field goal unit is on here as they try to get 3 before half. From the left hash, this will be a 41-yarder. Boswell's kick is good. And they are on the board, but still trailing. It's 7-3.
Well, still trailing here, but they do get the late field goal. Now their defense will try to keep this score right where it is heading into the locker room. Yeah, and trailing it to break, you obviously don't want to go in off of a negative play. Give them credit for that one. Finding a way to put points on the board, give them any type of a spark, anything to build off of as they try and plan a comeback.
Four seconds, all that remain here in this first half as the kick gets away. So we've reached halftime here in a 4-point game. As we'll send you back over to Orlando with our EA Sports Halftime Report, here's Jonathan Coachman.
All right, BG, thanks very much, and welcome one and all to our beautiful new downtown Orlando studios for this EA Sports Halftime Report. We're accustomed to seeing strong quarterback play. We got that in the first half from Justin Herbert. He has a touchdown pass, and that amounted to the only touchdown of the game for either team thus far.
The Steelers going to get the football first here, trailing on the scoreboard as we are back underway on EA Sports. Taken at the goal line. And beyond the 20, but not by much. In fact, just a yard pass there to the 21. So Pittsburgh retakes the field for their second offensive possession. And they're still very much in this game, although they do trail. What's the game plan, Charles, for the second half?
It might be a little counterintuitive because most people will think losing equals passing the ball more, but I'd establish the running game. They kind of went away from it in the first half. I think if they get back in balance, it'll help them when they put the ball back in the air.
They'll throw on first down with Wilson. This is caught by Williams. And he's got it past the 30 before he's hit and dropped. Just his second catch of the game so far. This one moves the chains.
And that's the kind of play this offense needs to maybe kick them into gear a little bit. They've been stuck in neutral much of the game. Perhaps that can give them a little bit of confidence that big plays are out there.
Play action. Now Wilson. That's swung out wide to Harris. And he will cover up as he's touched down after a short gain.
So many times you hear today's NFL described as a space game. Get your best players into space with the football in their hands. That's why sometimes you just swing it out to your runner, get him out in the flat, and let him have a chance to make people miss an open field.
Play action. It's Wilson. Throwing quickly there, but it's incomplete.
Well, this at least is the right idea. I think they've got to get the tight end more involved.
He had just one target in the first half, incomplete. Now incomplete here with the first target of the second half.
Yeah, it should not stop them at all from going back to him. Find him.
So the failure to connect on second down, that leaves them staring up here at a 3rd and 8. Again, Wilson. Chargers able to get the pressure and bring him down. Khalil Mack able to drop him that time for his second sack of the evening.
Even keeping the back end for extra protection on 3rd down, they still couldn't prevent the sack. Now it's 4th and long thanks to a terrific individual effort on defense.
Here's Cameron Johnston now. And surprisingly, this is the first punt of the game for either team. Three-quarters in the books. We'll return with more after this break. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. Back now at SoFi Stadium in Inglewood. It's Charger football, and they've got the lead as well as we begin the fourth quarter. We got to have two hands on the football here as they run on first down. And now we'll see a timeout used on defense as they stop it right out of the break with 1:57 to go in the ball game. Have to imagine this will be on the ground as well as they come up 2nd and 7. Another run here with Dobbins. And he'll get it out a couple yards shy of midfield at the 48. The Steelers signal for the second of their timeouts. That'll leave them with just one remaining in this fourth quarter of play. Not totally home free yet, but it's looking good as they come up 1st and 10. A give up the middle to Dobbins. And I think this defense knew what was coming as he is smothered behind the line. After the loss, they'll come up 2nd and 13. They'll run up the gut with Dobbins.
I like that run right there, partner. Not the flashiest run, not the one that's going to break for big yardage, but he understands the situation, and taking care of the football, paramount, and he got it done.
Nursing that slim lead, you're exactly right. Hold on to that ball. What do they have for this? 3rd and 11. Dobbins running out of the gun. So they went a little cautious there on 3rd and long.
Yeah, nothing wrong with that. Remember, they're playing with a lead right now. So getting a first down, yes, that would be great. But even more importantly, take care of the football. No turnovers, no big plays for the other team, and keep the clock moving.
Here's J.K. Scott now as he's on to punt for the first time tonight. He'll get off a fairly short kick here as this is toward the sideline. No returning this one. It sails out of bounds, and they'll spot it right at the 20. So Russell Wilson and the offense down 7-3, 24 seconds to go. They've got to go the full 80 yards, and they've got to do it quick as they come up on first down. Here's Wilson. That's to the sideline and incomplete.
Probably time for 2 more shots, and ideally, they'd like to get to midfield or so they have a chance at a Hail Mary on the final play.
Another try, 2nd and 10 now. Now Wilson. Oh, and that nearly ended it. That should have been intercepted, but he cannot corral it, and that is a lifeline there with 3rd down coming up. Nearly an interception. If that one's picked off, it's over, so a new lease on life, so to speak.
A lot of times when you're in coverage, you're so focused on the man and the coverage that sometimes the ball, if it arrives, it surprises you. That may have happened to him in that situation.
He's going to let it fly. Oh, and that's going to sabotage their comeback plans. It is intercepted. Picked up by Elijah Molden. And the Chargers have just about sewn up this football game. When you talk about making winning plays, that is a winning play at this stage of the game. To come up with that interception, huge.
I like how you identified that because most people think winning plays are the offense trying to get it done. In this case, nursing a lead, they found a way to make a play on that side of the ball and maybe finish things off.
Herbert to a knee, and that should just about write an end to this one. Well, obviously, Charles, this was by no means an offensive track meet. I mean, the defenses were the story in this ball game, but, hey, they got enough points to get the job done, and at the end of the day, that's all that matters.
You're absolutely right about that, partner. In such a low-scoring game, it completely changes everything you had planned to do out there. Fortunately for them, they got just enough scoring to bring home the win, and in this type of a game, to play their defense, that became one of their biggest keys.
So that'll do it for us. For my partner, Charles Davis, and all the hard-working men and women on our crew, I'm Brandon Gaudin. You've been watching the NFL right here on EA Sports. So long, everybody.